What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Miami versus Florida State Week 9 college football matchup going down Saturday, October 26, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles, and this would feel like a normal rivalry game. At least it's a rivalry in namesake because these two teams have gone in completely different directions this season. The Miami Hurricanes 4-3 against the spread this season, but 7-0 straight up. They're coming off a 52-45 win over Louisville in their last matchup, while Florida State comes in a 23-16 loss at the hands of Duke in their last game to fall to 1-6 straight up, 2-5 against the number this season. And once again, a game where the Florida State Seminoles don't break 16 points. I mean, they've scored 16 points or less in each of their last 6 games. Florida State hasn't put up more than 21 points in a game this entire season. And this is coming off of a team that was, undefeated entering their bowl game last year after being shunned by the playoff committee. So just not a good look for Florida State. And now you take on a Miami team, and like I said, this is supposed to be a rivalry, but it doesn't feel like, they can't decide on a quarterback. And any quarterback that they've been throwing out either doesn't look ready or just, hasn't been very good. I mean, Brock Glenn against Duke, 9 of 19 for 110 yards and 2 interceptions. There was those 2 interceptions were borderline inexcusable. I think on the broadcast they said that it looked like the old Sam Darnold where he was seeing ghosts, and it's just not where Florida State wants to be. Mike Norvell's seat continues to be hot and hotter and hotter and hotter by the day, and I think that this is going to be another rough one for Florida State. Miami, yeah, you look at their schedule, they've had some close calls as of late. They had to rally to beat Virginia Tech. They had to rally to beat Cal, and there were so many times you could play with fire before you were starting to get burned, and you were worried that it was going to come from Miami. But they come out and then they beat Louisville 52-45. It was a back and forth game, but it was a game that, like I said, Miami ended up winning nonetheless. And while at a certain point you can only play in so many close games before it comes back to bite you, I don't think that Florida State is going to be the team to take that out with Miami here. This is a Miami team that still has a lethal passing game. I mean, Miami offensively this season, from a passing yards perspective, best team in the country. They're 18th in passing attempts per game. They know their strength, and even though they don't rush it a whole lot, they're 91st in rushing attempts per game. They're still top 40, and this is a Florida State defense that's 104th in rush defense, and they're 38th against the pass. But again, it just hasn't worked out at all for Florida State as they've been getting crushed left and right, regardless of who's been on the other side. I mean, look what they did against Duke last week. This was a Florida State team that looked like they were going to show up against Duke. They outgained, Duke by over 100 yards. They held Duke to 180 yards and still lost that game by 7 points. It's not working for Florida State. This Florida State team is broken. I think Miami runs it up, especially when you consider that I think Miami wants some revenge. Last time these two teams squared off, it was 27-20, but back in 2022, finished 45-3 in terms of Florida State, and that was a game where Florida State decided to run it up, and I don't think that Mario Cristobal is going to forget that. So I'm going to take Miami here. I'm going to lay the big number. I think that they just put the boots to Florida State here, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.